can go viral, so that I'm not like, you know, I'm not like making this up. This is not AI. So this is Tamiya. So by itself, it's very difficult for hand painting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it clumps up, and then, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the thinner from AK. I'm just going to put a drop into it, just to use to thin it. All right. And all right. So this is like bare plastic. So you can see it flows very well.
Yeah.
It's actually almost like water based. Now, the good thing about it, notice how it levels out by itself.
Yes.
It's self-leveling.
That's the thinner.
Yes.
Doing its job.
The thinner's doing its job. So you can see right now, you've converted what seems like an impossible paint for hand painting.
Yes.
Into something that is actually workable.
That's right.
And in fact,
you would do a couple of coats to
yes.
make that a nice paint.
So now this is okay. So the same lot. This is also another lot here. I'm going to go over. Many couple of times you realize it's not stripping anything at all. Right, so you can see it's very even.
That's awesome.
Okay, now this is the kicker. I'm going to use a bit of, like, you know, the QuickGen. All right, human flesh. Just one drop. Stir it up. You can notice I got the flesh thrown out. And all I need to do, all right, basically is to just vary out the mixture of flesh tone, and I can sort of, you know, obtain the gradients. So you can have, like, you know, a middle shadow, a base color, and a highlight.
Yep.
Right. So this is what we painted earlier. You can see as it dries up.
Yes, very quickly.
Very quickly, very even. You can go over as well. Listen to that. Nice and translucent.
Oh, look at that.
All right. And there are no watermarks. You can see that's like, you know, it's not like if you use
And
water.
also it dries nice and flat.
Yes. And very even.
Yes.
So what they are doing is that you are not wasting what they call time trying to fix the what they call it in-betweens.
And you're also saving paint because
Saving
you're not
paint,
using as much
but-
paint
And the time. The most important is the time.
Yeah, the time.
You're not wasting youth.
because it's spreading properly and evenly.
Yes, exactly. So you can see we can start to, you know, build the gradient. We let it set, and then we can slowly start to build it, and it's very even.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yep. So again, back to this. It's just like a wash. So it
And
doesn't.
normally, if you do this too, just with normal Tamiya,
Yep. No, it'll
it's very gluggy,
Yes.
and it
It
like you said,
coagulates.
and then if you
It
go over it, it
coagulates,
pulls
yep.
the paint off.
Yep. Correct.
And then makes a horrible mess.
Yep. So you can see what you have. You can see what you love about Tamiya is that it's dead flat.
And that's
this-
with all their colours you can do this?
everything.
Wow.
So this is white.
So that's just created a whole new venue
It's a
for painters.
Exactly. This is like a new. So this is again. You can do it the same with the. So you
And
can
field grades notorious for becoming gluggy.
Yep. So I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna use this and we're gonna paint over the white and see if it turns grey. So key thing is to just take a drop in, two. All right, and you look for a dry spot here.
Yeah. One more coat and that'll be
You
a nice
see,
field
you
grey.
notice that we are not stripping any of the base color down.
Thank you.
It's nice and even.
Yeah, that's good. And the beauty is too, you could then make a highlight colour
Yep,
to go over.
yep. Or if you can't, you can stack another layer that is shorter, and then you can get a shadow as well. So
Yeah.
it goes both ways. Main thing you can see, it's very smooth and it's self-leveling. So if let's say if I were to just it's good as a wash. You can see that.
Yeah, 100%. You could almost
even.
do with what you're doing.
Yep.
You could make a pin wash.
Yep.
Like the seam lines in uniforms if you wanted to go darker.
If you want to do
lighter.
pin wash, my advice is to use the thinner, because there's more like the surface tension is higher on this one.
Yep.
But with the thinner, you can just dab and then it sort of floats.
Yeah, the
better.
viscosity pulls it
correct.
through.
Yep.
There you go. Well, I'll be doing all that when I get home now.
Yep.
My next 35th scale piece I do,
Yep.
100%, but even on larger scale.
Black, and add black to feel grey. You literally get a grey, a very chalky grey. But if you're going to use like black, I'm going to use this case dark flesh. It's like a very dark brown, and if I were to combine it, you can see you get a very nice deep tone, and you can use this as a shade.
Yeah, I was going to say shadows,
Yep.
creases.
Correct. Yep. You can see how how evenly it pulls up, especially on something round.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's actually good, you're doing like weathering.
Well, you've made the limit like endless, like with
Yep.
how you can do it. You can do it as paint, you can do it as a wash, you
Yep,
can do
you
it
can
as
see
a
like-
shadow, highlight.
So you can see the paint is very, very thin, it's very translucent, and it dries very evenly.
Yeah,
Now, traditionally, you get this sort of result using oil paint, but the problem with the oil paint is that the downtime is very long. It takes at least about maybe a few days.
to let it dry.
Fully dry before you sort of put on. But now we are looking at few days efforts being watered down to just a few minutes.
And this, everyone, is how calvintan paints so quickly now. Basically, I've got a stack of these at home, which
Yep.
now I don't have to chuck out.
Well, you got to be careful, because if it starts to separate and it turns into like an oil-based paint, okay, the litmus test is to check if there's water in it. So you add water, and if it separates, means it's already an oil-based paint.
Yes.
So that is the thing. So if you add a bit of water and it sort of harmonizes, you can actually add a thinner in. Yeah,
Excellent.
And it breaks down beautifully, and you get the results that we are talking about.
Yeah. So I've got quite a few, but they're
Yes.
fresh bottles.
Fresh bottles is good.
Yeah.
If it's fresh, they are unopened, it's great. But if there's been out for at least 6 to 7 months, or maybe in a year or two, then you got to be more careful.
Yeah.
Because there's a tendency.
Test it
Yes,
first.
test it first, because there's a tendency that if you combine the two together, it may separate.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Look out next.
It's not really a different style, but what you're looking at is you're opening
No,
more
you're
possibilities.
You're optimizing your paint better.
Yes, correct. You're opening up more possibilities to
Yeah.
what you have in your
A
arsenal.
lot more possibilities.
Yep.
Like in 5 minutes, you just showed us so many different ways
Well,
of using it.
Yep.
And I guess too, using these, you can make shadow tones or
Exactly.
the
This-
recess of flesh
yes.
tones.
Exactly. This is extreme. The colors are very deep. They're very rich.
Yes.
So when you combine them with the white, for example, like we mix the human flesh with the white, we got a flesh tone. And all we need to do is just adjust the proportions.
But can you do these just with the thinner
Yes.
to make like around
You
the
can,
mouth
you can.
or
Yep.
reds of the eyes?
Yes, you
and-
can do that. Yep, definitely.
Excellent.
Definitely. This is good because it's sorts of instead of water, because water has the surface tension, and you get a lot of watermarks because of that. But
Yes.
this removes that problem altogether.